live, so don't worry about it. But no, I don't know, but it's funny, Harvey.
So what are we starting
Hey, who's
with?
that? Carlitos. What's he doing on a bowl, man?
What's
wrong with that guy?
He's a vaquero.
Is that one of those fake bowls, or is that the real bowl?
That's some bull.
That's what are we doing first?
We're not supposed to talk about things like that.
Oh, okay. We're not supposed to talk about him?
No, we're not supposed to talk about what are we going to do next.
Oh, well, why not?
That's on Carlos's list of things not to do.
Who said that?
Carlos.
Team Swollen.
Carlos?
He's our pseudo manager.
Carlos gives us a heart.
So Carlos, all these pedals are working tonight, guitar tech too. What the heck?
Yeah, what happened? Hey, Carlos. Sorry, buddy. He said just play music.
He's busy on the bowl.
Yeah. Nice pictures, Carlos.
Yep. Always enjoy when somebody else puts that up there first, and then we just steal it.
Tonight is.
Was he wearing chaps?
I think he's wearing chaps. Tonight is Carlos Sandoval night, by the way, here at Soul Shaker Garage.
That's correct.
It's all about
We changed it.
Carlos.
We changed it from Charlie Machine Studios to
Carlos Machine Studios. Like it.
Orale.
Orale, play some
Fato.
music. Play music, man.
I've got a new old pedal.
Oh no, here we go. Sorry, folks.
Move on out, bitches in the sky.
buzzing off, man.
Lots of noises.
Lots of noises, kids.
I don't hear a thing.
Oh, it's so much better. Woo, baby.
I'm going to invent a new pedal unless it's already there called Buzzkill.
Cheryl already made it.
Are they
right
checking
at home.
in? Cheryl checked in.
Cheryl checked in. Carlos Sandoval, and we have
Carlitos.
Carlitos, the Manchester family. They're checking us out, and Mr. Steven here. He owns a gardening shop here in Orange. He does what do they call it? Landscape? Is it gardening or landscaping?
Landscaping. Did they hire live bands?
The landscaping, yeah, absolutely. They you
Or-
can play the garden.
Or do they want advertisement,
Oh,
as the Brits
anytime,
say?
Steve. Anytime, buddy. Anytime. What's this company called? Give me your company again. I always forget it. But the other day I was driving down the street. He usually drives his truck, right? But the guy driving it looked like him. And I pull up. I'm honking my horn like a madman. I pull up.
You
and
are a madman,
and
so
he,
don't.
He looks at me and he's like, "Ooh, what? You want to fight? What's up?" I'm like, "Oh, sorry, man."
Hey,
Sorry.
Let's go, bro.
Remember when you used to say, "I'm going to choose that guy off. I'm going to choose him off."
I'm going to choose that guy off. I'm going to beat him up.
Come on and choose me
What was the last?
on.
what
By
was
the bike racks at Peralta.
Did you guys ever fight when you were kids?
Accidentally got into one.
Couple
Did you
different
really?
times.
Like,
I was defending a girl's honor, you know.
oh no! Why? What's up? What? Where's that? At Peralta?
So, yeah, no, it was at Canyon.
Yeah, tell me the
actually.
story. How'd
really?
that go down?
Oh,
Oh,
dear.
you had scraps when you were younger.
Well, yeah, me and Brian McGann were walking home, and somebody goes, "Hey, which one of you guys can beat the other guy up?" And we go, "We don't know."
Get
we,
that mic up in your face.
So we went fisticuffs, and we've been friends ever since. I mean, we were friends before that, but
Yeah.
no. So in high school, George Oxenrider.
Really fast.
Yes.
Steven writes, "That's my son." LOL.
Oh, dear.
Sorry, brother. I'm so sorry.
so
no wonder you look alike.
So his son almost got out of the truck and beat
And
you up.
beat this guy honk at the horn. This long-haired Steve.
Oh,
Sorry,
my
buddy.
goodness. So
God.
George Oxenrider, he says, "Hey, my girlfriend hasn't been going to class because there's a guy in her class that's kind of intimidating and whatever, bully, whatever the word at the time." And so she just, he was bothering her, so she wouldn't go to class, and she's getting in trouble, talking to her counselor or whatever about it, and she's not going back. So George goes, "Hey, would you talk to the guy? Because it was bigger than George and Russ Reber who went with me, but."
You took
So
backup?
It's like, yeah. So it's lunchtime, and I go, I'll go talk to the guy,
Let's go discuss.
So yeah, I'm going to tell him what it is. I'm going to tell him what it is.
Giving him off.
So we go over to these on one of these round picnic tables,
Picking.
and he's sitting up on the table part with his feet on the bench, and I go up and I go, "Hey, this chick in your class, whatever, Tina," and he goes, "No," and I go, "You know her." I go, "There's an issue. She's not wanting to go to class." I go, "Can you lay off and let her get back to class so she's not in trouble, and that's all as far as it has to go or whatever." And I'm talking to him, trying to get him to go, "Okay." That's all I need him to say is "okay," and I'm out of there.
Right.
Well, so me and Russ is standing next to me. He's kind of like this, just the moral support.
He's already looking like a mobster, so you guys are in trouble
Well,
at the
it's-
get-go, right?
It's like I didn't bring a bat for his knees or anything.
a friend of ours.
Yeah. There's a friend of ours who's not going to class. So,
classic.
so instead of just getting up and walking away, which would have been cool, he gets up and walks between us and muscles his way through like that.
Pushes away. Yeah.
So I popped him on the back of his head like that and knocked him farther to going that way.
No
well, he kind of
kidding.
stumbled, and he turns around and he comes charging at me. I didn't know he was a wrestler. So he comes to for the takedown. And so he comes and got a high tackles me. So I popped him one, grabbing him around the neck. I popped him one as we fell to the ground on top of him. So I'm wearing a Letterman jacket at the time. With the
This is a crazy story.
Just a couple of bottom snaps because that was cool to have the thing open.
That's
right?
not proper attire to fight in.
yeah.
No. Well, who knew there was a fight?
Who knew?
I went to a hockey game, right?
You were counting on not being a fight.
Exactly. I was just gonna, talk to the guy.
Yeah. Tosh just
So anyway, that's all of the punching and whatever that went down, except my jacket in the tussle on the ground. My jacket gets pulled over my head, and I can't see a thing.
Man. Advantage
So
advantage him.
I'm doing rope-a-dope on the cement. I don't want to get hit,
Yeah.
So suddenly somebody grabs me and they picked me up and stand me up into the crowd that's gathered, and he pulls my jacket down, and it's my friend John Bagley, and
Brother John,
and he pushes me
John.
pushes me back in the crowd. It's like, hey, we got this. So in the meantime, we called them bouncers. It was this like a custodian guy, big dude, a big strong dude, and he's grabbed the kid, and John grabs me. It kind of breaks it up, and as he's picking this other guy up, the guy gives him what for. He hits the staff member. So apparently the staff member didn't take too kindly, like we used to say in the Old West, and thumped him a little bit or did something, I don't know.
They used to call that knotted him up.
Now, do you think that nowadays that would have went down? He would have got in trouble, that staff guy?
Oh, he still did, I think.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
okay.
So because I get called to the dean's office, and I'm sitting up there waiting for them to decide if they're going to suspend me or whatever. So they call Melba.
They're letting Mel.
Dude, what year is this? 76.
77. It's my senior year.
So you're sitting in the office wiping off your wallabies.
No, man, I didn't do that. I had red tennis shoes on.
Okay, you had red tennis.
So, of course, I had red tennis. Are you kidding me? So
wallabies.
Although there is a picture of me wearing, like I wore construction boots for a while. But anyway, I digress.
That was when Village People was big.
So
live on the air.
Keep going, brother.
So the dean's got me sitting in the outer office waiting, and then until Mel shows up. So we go in, and she's not heard the story. She's not sure why she's there. Oh, you got to come pick your kid up. So he says he wants to know what happened with the staff member and the other student.
Yeah.
And so he goes, okay, tell me what happened. So I give him the story I just told you, in 7 minutes or less. So I get to the point where it's pulled over my head and I can't see anything, and my mom starts laughing. And now the dean's trying to keep his face straight, and I'm going,
Mel's cracking up.
I didn't see nothing. I'm the typical what happened here. I didn't see nothing, man.
My jacket was over my head.
But yeah, my jacket was over my face. I couldn't tell.
Wow.
So I don't know what happened with the staff member. I mean, there was probably 50 kids standing around that saw everything else that went on. But they didn't know who those kids were to call them in.
Line them up.
Yeah. Oh, God, that just banged my head. It's so funny because nowadays, I mean, even at the malls, they'll let you steal anything you want. You can't chase after anybody anymore.
This is a public service announcement.
You can't touch them. Yeah. You
Go
can't
ahead.
touch them. Yeah.
Just flock to the malls. I got to ask you something.
Story.
You see, when you were telling me,
Oh, no, here we go.
There's this chick in your class. Did you use the word chick, you think? Or girl? Because when you were telling the story right now,
I might have said chick.
It's like, hey, cat, there's this chick.
Cat.
There's this chick in your class.
chick.
Man, be a cool cat and leave her alone.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably said.
Yeah.
Hey.
I probably just said, you know Tina Hatchett.
Right.
And you had to say her last name on the air.
Yeah, we're
now
friends on
look up
Facebook.
Tina. Oh, you are?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I was defending her honor.
Oh, Tina.
Yeah.
There you go.
I just
Come
want to know
online and say hello.
Were any puka shells lost? Exploded and
not from me.
Did you ever wear puka shells?
I did not.
You did not. Speaking of fight, did you ever fight? Were you a good boy?
No, there were a few scrapes. I was no tough guy going around, fighting or boring.
Right.
But, yeah, Mark would always come home and go, hey, this guy at the schoolyard is picking on me, and I told him you could kick his butt.
So, yeah, you'd be out in there.
So the last time I did that, he came home crying. Some dude was roughing him up at the swings at Fletcher, and we lived right in back of the school. So I go, yeah, I'll go see. So I walk over.
It's always a bodyguard thing.
And I'm kind of sucked in. I see the guy, and I can't turn around and go back home because then I'm a wuss. So I look at it. This kid's big. He's big. He's
Right.
bigger than me, and I go, well, I'm in. So I keep walking. I go, hey, man, what's your problem, man? Were you bugging my brother? And he goes, and Mark probably started it. He probably said something smart alecky to him.
Right,
said,
right.
My brother can kick your butt. And I said, well, why don't you leave the little guy alone or whatever? And he goes, well, what are you going to do about it? Here we go.
Yeah.
So I hit him.
Oh,
and then,
no.
And then he grabbed me, and we went to the ground. He was much heavier, and the grass was really wet. I think it had rained or the heavy sprinklers or whatever. And he kind of was mashing my head into the grass.
Oh, man.
And the mud. But I got a good shot in it. I don't think he hit me. He just kind of pressed me into the ground, and then we got up. And
yeah, I remember being punched in the nose, and that was pretty much it for me. I was like done, So became friends with all the guys, the hippies, the rockers, the punkers, I made friends with everybody,
Punk
so I
was a
had
man-
no
he-
enemies.
Man about
The
town.
jocks, all that
Yeah.
stuff. So I was good. I'm
I
still good to this day.
I kind of floated between the two. In junior high school, there was the bike racks at Peralta, and then there was classrooms on each side.
famous.
Famous.
And
Yeah.
so there was a bunch of jocks over on this side, and I'm standing around with the ne'er-do-wells across the way. And somebody throws a fruit punch in a plastic bottle from the jock side over to our
They
side.
made those that look like grenades, so you
And
could throw 'em.
I go, let me have that, because it didn't open. So I unscrewed the cap and then barely put it on and relaunched it right as one of the offensive linemen was opening his locker.
Oh no!
And it just went douche like that. It just took out his locker. And so I'm going, like everybody's cartoonish, I, boo, and all directions. And so I'm running. I make a couple of corners, and then I come back, and I'm like, well, they're not going to know who it was. And I'm kind of walking along, and he comes right up to me. He knew it was me.
Yeah.
And but yeah, and that was it.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, it's
If I'd
crazy.
known it
though.
was you, I wouldn't have thrown it.
Yeah,
Well, I wasn't aiming, man. I was a grenade shot.
yeah. I mean, nowadays, I don't know if too many people are throwing down fists or they're using other weapons of choice. But I remember
Well,
the
at school,
cul-de-sac
yeah.
was like Madison Square Garden over there off of Cumberland Road in Northumberland. Man, I mean,
right up against the fence there.
right up against the
Peralta. Yeah,
fence.
that's
That
where they
was-
all met.
yeah.
Because it was off at school
Well,
grounds.
yeah, I could charge $1 to get in there, man.
Yeah.
We'd be making some serious dough.
Yeah, I should have been a promoter.
Yeah, yeah.
Ring card girl and everything.
Saw some
A
heavy
lot of fights
duty-
going on there.
A lot
yeah.
of fights, yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody would break it up, and there was really nothing.
Yeah, we never
Came
saw
of it.
knives or
No, no.
chains or anything like that. Weapons. It was just fists,
Yeah.
basically.
It's funny because
Fisticuffs.
speaking of knives and that, and I remember when my grandma lived off of First Street in Santa Ana, and back in the 70s, 60s, 70s, I'm going to say 80s, we'd go to my grandma's house. You could smell her cooking all the way down the street, right? She had the best food, not the best conditions, but you would eat it anyways because it was so good, right? But she would always say, "Hey, mijo, get out of Santa Ana before the sun goes down, get out of there." And my mom would say the same thing. I don't care where you go, just stay out of Santa Ana. Don't hit that border. And it's
Wow.
amazing how rough and tough that place was at one time. It was almost like, downtown New York City at night. You just didn't go there. All the underground people would come out, But nowadays, because I drive now, it's amazing. It's like a hopping place. And they're trying to get like $3,500 a month to get rent there.
Yeah.
And the place is hopping. Like right where that area was bad, it's just jam-packed every
Are
weekend.
you talking about like Main and First and that whole area that they've redone?
Yeah, like the
It's a great place down there.
historic. Yeah, but it was amazing how
They revived it, huh? Brought it back.
revived it. Yeah, but it was just amazing how
Awesome.
you were mentioning about the only people we worried about was like the F Troop and.
Well, that's what you
all
always
this-
heard.
Yeah.
When we were in grade school, don't go to Santa Ana. Like the 22 freeway was the demarcation line. Don't go past 22 because F Troop's going to mess you up. And we were afraid. We'd go, okay, we're not going to Santa Ana.
Yeah. But it is so like hip now. When you go down there, it's just crazy. I mean, people are walking the streets. It's a whole different vibe. But thank God it's like that. But yeah, at one time it was. So
That
bizarre.
reminds me, there's a Proofs is there.
Proofs.
the Copper Door.
Yeah.
And then they had some kind of
Something Mike's.
playing in the plaza. Original Mike's is down there also. But in that one little area
courtyard.
around 4th Street, yeah, it's like a little courtyard thing where they were going to have bands. Remember, we were going to look into that.
I had a card of the dude that ran it, and I don't know whether it might be in my folder. But
All we have to do, and I see it all the time, is just go set up, get a generator, pop that thing up, just hook up, and just
what's
go.
the worst thing they do? I mean,
Just tell you to leave.
they tell you to go.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
The cops ain't gonna bug you. They don't care. You're just entertaining. You're not, making any
Hey,
trouble.
well, as long as you have a bucket out, they won't leave you alone.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll leave you alone. They won't.
Let's do it tonight. Let's go out there. Is it too
I'm not
cold?
going to Santa Ana after
Oh.
dark.
Okay.
Not after that story.
Never mind. Yeah. Oh, who do we got on run? We got Ryan Chrissy. We got Nadine is online. Nadine used to work manager at Home Depot with Tom Guzzo.
Right on. Nadine and Tom Guzzo, that's the connection, huh?
That is the connection.
You got to get the band back together.
I know, the Tom Guzzo band. Sean McConnell. I haven't seen McConnell for a minute. Yeah, McConnell, how you doing, buddy? How's rock and rolling? How was the Team Swollen party? Anybody that went? Cheryl, she's still on there. Richard Manning, He's back. He's the one that has the bands. He was the one that said the girls leave when
you play heavy metal.
Yeah. You remember you were asking me a while back?
Yeah. Well,
Jack Crone.
it's the wrong crowd.
His daughter is going to be an Indy 500 soon. She's a great racer.
Nice.
She's racing the smaller Indy cars, Indy Lights.
Yeah.
And Formula cars, Indy Formula
3000.
Okay, there you go. And Jack, his daughter, in a couple years, he said 16. I don't know how old she is. She's going to take the test and see if she can. We'll see
Nice.
her on TV.
Very
so there
nice.
you go. Jack, love you. Love your daughter. Good luck to all you guys there. And Steven said, Oak Forest Landscaping. That's it. Oak Forest, you guys. Oak Forest Landscaping.
Is
I
that
see those
local,
guys
Orange?
all over the place.
Yeah, that's Orange.
Orange.
His phone number 714. He put the comment right there. I'm not trying to get a new comment. 714-293-9831 is Steven's number. Give him a call. He's a great landscaper. Wherever you guys see really good landscaping on Tussin Avenue or some of the higher end places, he has his hand in it. He's been doing it since
Hey, brother,
out of high
for a
school.
small fee, your flag's right at the bottom of our.
Yeah, right there, right
Footer.
here. Oh, you can't see the mouse, but
Yeah.
So how is everybody's? Were we off for 2 weeks?
Yeah. We didn't. We practiced last week.
Didn't
for the
we
gig.
have a gig?
Oh, here's
you
the
didn't
deal.
let anybody know
We had a
the
gig Saturday night, so all you guys that didn't make it,
You're in trouble.
You're gonna have another chance coming up here pretty soon.
Yeah.
The second gig.
Yeah, where's that at?
It's gonna be somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
Well, we have the Cancer Walk in June, so go ahead and put that on your calendars.
Oh yeah, the Fullerton Day of Music. We should go play there. That's everybody sets up in the street there.
You know
and
who
they
plays
just
there?
play.
Sugar Sugar.
Oh, do they?
They do. They play Fullerton. Yeah.
Can we play their instruments and just go down there?
I
and
think
play?
so.
Yeah. Can
Let's
we turn
wear
up?
wigs.
Let's wear wigs. I already got one on. Monty, Doug, where's your wig? I thought you said you're gonna have a wig next time.
I put it on here.
Yeah.
You were gonna go skull cap and a wig, like Paul Stanley.
Let's rock and roll.
Oh.
Don't say it.
But did he
Say
all
it this
say
way.
it?
What aren't we doing?
Who knows?
Hey, Carlos, look, the pedals work tonight. What happened, man?
Oh yeah, he's on the pedals like you wouldn't believe.
Guitar Tech 2.
Nope. I don't even know what are we doing.
I got the firewall.
Oh, nice, the Montrose set.
Baby, I speak by
thought you were going to do something weird with that new box you got going.
Nope.
Do you call them boxes or pedals? I always call them boxes.
Yeah, people call them stomp box, but they're pedals.
Yeah. How many pedals have you think you've had in your lifetime? I mean, have you always stuck with like the distortion and reverb? What have you been into?
No, just I had a whole board at one point. I had a compressor on there, just laying right there.
Did you make it yourself out of like plywood, like all the old guitarists used to do?
No, I used pine.
Really?
Use particle board.
No,
Particle man.
No, that was real wood. I had a phase shifter.
Nice.
That's that one right there. Should we do like presentations?
Yeah. What did that thing
sure.
do though? I mean, that I've always seen that thing laying around. I don't know what the heck that
It
does.
sounds like Eddie Van Halen ain't talking about love when it's playing.
Oh, really? Yeah.
What's that show? Doug Rig something down. Rig
Rundown.
Rig rundown.
Doug Barnes Rig Rundown right now.
Hey, right now, yeah. Give us the rig rundown. So what?
Well, it'd be better if they're all plugged in.
How many wraps are on your pickups? How many coil
Windings.
wraps?
How many windings?
How many windings are on those?
12,000.
Dude, really?
12,000.
I heard Bonamassa does 20.
Well, yeah, but it's a little flat at 20.
So that thing, I mean, a majority of like the new ones is you have to be stereo to really get any kind of effect on it, and that's kind of where the phaser comes in, right? Left to right, kind of woo through your heads, yeah.
Well,
Live, I don't see it.
in
Studio,
some stuff,
I see it.
Yeah, some stuff you can do right to left, kind of swirling noises or whatever.
Like the eyebrows went up.
Like Pat Travers-esque stuff.
Well, Travers got a flanger and a wah-wah, and it's a great sound.
Yeah.
But there's, certain guys got certain pedals and then that becomes their signature. I don't know.
Do you like Travers' sound? I mean, you and I were listening to him a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it's a great thing, and it's hard to tell that on the live album the difference between him and Pat Thrall. I don't know which guitar's going when, but they both sound great.
But when the Travers songs kicks in, you know it's Pat Travers.
Yeah, and
He
Travers
has a unique sound unto himself.
Just go ahead, play something Travers style. Is that the sound?
I hope that comes through all right, but it's just like a whirling kind of like that.
Right.
And it's got different speeds that you can do, make it more obvious or more subtle.
Yeah, I
faster
just
cycle.
we always say, like the other night. Okay, here's a great example. We played live.
We got to commend him for that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing. We're so like old school. We've just got thrift store equipment. For the most part, if you think about it, we haven't bought anything new, but it's.
I'm pretty sure it was quality when it was new.
It is quality. But
top of the line.
Nowadays, guys will be coming in here going, "What is this stuff?"
Hey, now to be fair,
dig it out.
They always ask about the rig. They go, "Hey, is that a Randall? Dude, what year is that?"
Yeah, that's like a museum piece, though.
And the bass player asks about my bass. The second band, he goes, "Dude, is that a jazz pickup? Did you put that in there?" I go, "No, it was in there when I bought it." What year is that? They were just excited about the equipment.
Yeah, I mean, for you having trouble with the pedals. I'm going to say pedals now. As we got on stage, and you just plugged straight in.
Well, we plugged in, and I've determined that the battery was bad in one. Although I tested it before we left.
Yeah, you told me you did. Yeah.
On
Of course,
your tongue.
I tested it on my tongue.
Yeah.
And then put it back in. 'cause it was
volt.
Why don't you do it on my tongue next time?
Okay. I offered, and you said no. Remember the one I took out, and I just sat it on my tongue, and it didn't do anything?
That scares me.
It used to be the tongue tester.
So I properly disposed of it in a qualified battery disposal container.
I was just going to say, yeah.
Out back.
Yeah,
And,
OSHA's listening.
Yeah. So, Doug, the only effects you had were your switch. Was your switch on your guitar, right?
Yeah, just pickup.
That's it, just your pickups.
Yeah.
You didn't have any wah.
Yeah, I didn't want to take the time because we plugged in, we tuned up, had sound, and then the battery went not hanging out. So I didn't know what the problem was. It might have been a cord. Wasn't going to waste any time, so I told Carlos just to unplug the input cable and just put it into the amp, the 5150. So
that's garage punk.
That's what I'm saying.
Talking about that's garage.
If anybody listens back, you guys can listen back to the show. It's online somewhere. We'll find
It's
it.
on Facebook.
I'll post it back up. It's amazing how good it sounds, just us. And the reason why I'm saying that is we're so bare bones. There's nothing special about us. We don't have real good equipment.
It might have sounded better with the other amp
that's a guitarist saying that.
Yeah,
but
it was okay.
Your tone was really good, and we don't have any headphone microphones.
One thing
that
we did though was turned it up. Remember?
We did turn it up.
Yeah.
That's correct. Yeah.
I went from 2.5 to 4. So
yeah. That was here though. We did that, right?
No, that was.
Oh, did you do it on stage?
Pedals, yeah.
But we don't. The other bands, guys. If you're listening, they have intro music like "Fly to the Valkyrie," and we don't do any of that.
Tracks ahead of time.
Yeah, Doug doesn't have a mask that he puts on that's got lights that go up and down. We don't do.
You love that guy.
That guy's awesome. We don't do any of that stuff.
Awesome.
Just plug in and play, right?
Yeah, plug and play. We're like early Windows
like
version
the Grateful
XP,
Dead.
or Windows XP. The beauty, just to prove it, we got up there, we played, we got off stage. It was a 45 or 30-minute set, right?
30 minutes.
Yeah,
we
they let us go a little early, so it was about 36.
36 minutes, but it was a great fun. I love playing with you guys all the time. I always say that we go out and do what we need to do. You tell us to go on stage and play. We do it. We get off stage. We're done. We're ready to rock, right? But I felt bad for the second band, Nameless. They had every piece of the best equipment you could buy, and they were in trouble. They were in trouble from the beginning, and I felt so sorry for them because they had their crowd there, and they just couldn't get it right. And that's the problem with go on stage, just bare bones and play music. That's just how I look at it. That's why I have a small set, just to get on there, put it on, let's get going. How'd you feel about that, watching that debacle happen in front of your eyes?
Well, you know how we always say we like to set the bar.
Yeah,
Go
we
out,
always have.
If we go first, we try to give it our best shot and then leave it there and then get out.
Leave it on stage.
And I didn't know that we could have set the bar at mediocrity. Because of their technical difficulties.
Ouch.
I mean, it just killed their whole thing, their whole vibe.
Yeah.
Other bands that followed them, I saw some of that stuff on Nathan's Nate Young, on Youngblood Productions website.
Yeah,
he put them up there,
Nate.
and they're great. The sounds were all good, but I'm pretty sure that they went through the house setup.
Yeah,
which was the downfall for that second band.
Yeah,
if they had just trusted, and whenever we do sound, and guys bring tracks, and it's like. It's not going to be right. No. The volume's not going to be perfect because we don't sound check that.
Yeah, we're sound guys. We know, and I think that. Do you think that's a mistake for young kids nowadays? They're getting like the best of the best equipment, and they're getting the wireless air plugs instead of sound monitors, and they're doing the wireless mic. Did you notice that they got rid of his wireless mic about halfway through? They're like, "Bro, it ain't happening."
And he was having trouble hearing in his monitors too.
Did they have tracks?
They had tracks, yeah.
So there's somebody else that has tracks too. We just recently discovered.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people that have tracks. Yeah.
DLR, are we going to talk about?
Yeah, David Lee Roth. We'll talk about him in a bit. But do you feel bad about these young kids? I mean, it just seemed like his parents went to Guitar Center and got the best of the best, and sometimes that making them sound better? Is what I'm trying to say. Because we're not the greatest band in the world, but we get up there and just raw it.
Yeah, I think you should start with simple things and work your way up to difficult things. I mean, if you
not just start with everything, piece of equipment.
Because then you have something fail and it exposes the nonsense.
Yeah, was I not mistaken? The guy had his own PA he was holding in his hand. He had the wireless deal.
It might have been. He might have been doing the monitors. He might have been doing.
What was the rig next to the bass player's rig? There was like a box of all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, they had a rack. They were going crazy, but
I don't know.
I felt sorry for them. They had the crowd there, and it was like one song they ended, and there was crickets, and it was like, even if I go see a band and they're bad and they're friends of mine, I'm going to clap. It's respect, whatever. No one even gave them love, and I really felt bad for them. But I hope they learn from that and move on from it, But I wish we could give them a little bit of advice, Hey, let's simplify.
Not going to listen to us.
No, we're old guys.
Because we're on a podcast.
There was all kinds of flying up.
People are all over us tonight. What's going on? I don't have my glasses. Can you see without glasses on?
Yeah, just not up close reading.
Are you bad right now?
If you put it over there, I can see it.
Mr. Joe Jones is online. Hello, Joe Jones.
What's up, JJ?
Cheryl Dixon, which is Cheryl Steth now.
I remember Cheryl Dixon.
Miss Cheryl
I remember
Dixon.
Cheryl back in the day.
Crystal Guzman, she's friends of ours, family. Annette Ellis, great friend of ours from back in the day. And who else we got? Oh, Monte Capps. Sounds good. You're loud, Duggar.
Thank you very much.
That's
Thank
normal.
you. I'll be here all night.
Thanks, babe.
That's normal. That's normal.
Babe.
Yeah. So what's going on with David Lee Roth, man?
Vegas gig.
Did you guys see the Vegas gig from David Lee Roth?
You know, I saw a clip, and it's pretty brutal.
He's just a gigolo.
Okay, first of all, how much does it cost to get into that place?
Oh my gosh!
Up to?
It was $700. I think they're doing a ticket. You can. It's a VIP pass. You don't even get to meet him. It's like
$700 to see David Lee Roth do Carol Channing.
But he's good at it. He's good at it.
He's good at doing Carol Channing. If anybody knows who Carol Channing is,
if anyone gets a chance, go on YouTube. and watch.
Ozzy used to do Carol Channing.
Please don't spend your money on the David Lee Roth show. I mean, I don't want to be a burner. I don't want to be a negative. But that is so bad to rip people off.
I want to know first how big the room is, and second, did he fill it up at up to $700 a ticket?
I think he might have. Yeah, because it was so it was so.
And does the place have a bathroom attendant that brushes your jacket off when you leave and gives you gum? That'll tell you where he is on the scale
of what the room is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Status.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, we watched a clip of it, right? And what did you came across for you? I mean, if say you were in the audience watching this, you spent your $700.
It's one of those guys that's still making money on what he used to be able to do.
Right.
I don't have any other guys like that offhand, but he can't sing.
Yeah. Here's the deal. You think he listens to the playback?
I don't know.
No, he goes and counts the money
and fools himself and goes, I don't sound too bad.
Yeah, I think a lot of the bands nowadays, you can put them in the category with Kiss, Paul Stanley. They've had to put tracks in because he can't sing, and sometimes the track isn't working, so you hear him singing, and you're going, okay, well, it's over. Of course, it's over. It's the last of the last.
Well, what's really bad is when he lip syncs and he's off, and then he headbangs and his wig falls off at the same time. When you get the double whammy like that.
That was a tribute band.
That's not good.
That's not good.
Yeah, you're a tribute band.
How about it goes along the same with I get it. The money's good. The money's better nowadays than it was back in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. They're just handing over thousands and millions of dollars to these guys to come and play in Vegas, and I get it. Okay, I'm good. But Vince Neil, they are going back on the road. They quit.
Motley Crue's getting back together.
Yeah, Motley Crue got back together. They're going on the road with, I think, Def Leppard or one of those, Joan Jett or something.
Vince better go on keto before he does.
But
he ain't going to be able to sing anything.
Is it... I'm not trying to make fun of anybody, not trying to put anybody down.
I will.
Music is music. But why aren't you ripping people off? I mean, for the most part.
Absolutely.
It's
because
a complete
it is
thievery.
It's the atmosphere of the day musically with tribute bands. There's a lot of great ones we've seen. There's a lot of average and below average. You don't have to be a great tribute band, and people will pay money because it's song recognition. They recognize those songs, so somebody can go watch a Roth.
Let's do Major League Baseball instead. These guys are too old to play in the majors anymore, so they're not out getting a pickup game together with a bunch of old timers, and making a tour, making a season out of it every year.
Right.
They stop. Their abilities have declined, and they're not going to go out and embarrass themselves anymore.
Right. Well,
but there's some guys that are doing the singing thing.
Then you got your Jose Canseco's that go and dominate beer softball leagues.
True.
They just crush the ball and they just run over everybody.
But they're not charging people money.
They're not charging people money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing, each of these guys go through an embarrassing period because remember when Ozzy, I don't know what, at Bark of the Moon I think it was, he was dressing like Anne Murray. He had that like Anne Murray shag cut. He was wearing like robes and slippers. Remember that when Ozzy was doing that? Look it up.
No, I think that was during my dark period.
Your dark period. Yeah, I mean, there was, the Motley Crue thing is they supposedly signed some contract saying they were done. And Vince Neil's gone on the road. He's been doing his whole thing. They've all tried something. It's all failed. It's just because they're not Motley Crue.
Right.
They're not going to be able to do anything else other than being Motley Crue. Nikki Sixx had that one band. They were okay. It wasn't great.
6 a.m.
Yeah, 6 a.m. They were okay. But when does it all end? I mean, you can't go up there and do that. You can't go up there and steal from people. You got to give them some quality, right? I mean, when did Kiss stop quality?
Well,
you know?
Yeah, but it's like, hey, if Led Zeppelin, in whatever incarnation they could put together now, which would be, Page and Plant, really.
Yeah, yeah.
If there's anything they
tribute
could put
band.
together, people would pay billions to go see that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they don't,
They pay a
because
lot of money.
because they can't play the stuff like they used to play it.
Yeah. Is it just does it become a money factor even though they say they want to be on the road? It has to be. It has to be do something with that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. If your kid, Gene Simmons, I don't think he needs dough. That guy's got
No, he's got ego.
piles of money.
I
That's,
think
so here's so it's got to be the stardom thing. They reach that and they want to maybe kind of retain some of that.
Well,
But if here's the suggestion. Why don't somebody like Stanley just start a side project in small clubs and just do something else, write different stuff or
it would probably expose where he's at with his abilities.
yeah, he wouldn't be able to lip sync or
well,
do
no, but I'm
anything.
saying get some players around you and just do something else. He
well,
can do rhythm guitar.
yeah, but if he can't sing, if he's not,
maybe he drops
He's
it
having
down
trouble.
and he starts
Sure,
doing
yeah.
folk music or something.
And
Exactly,
by the
yeah.
way, with the David Lee Roth thing again, you guys, if you watch David Lee Roth on the YouTube deal, his backing band is all tracked. So basically, they're tracking the music. The band's playing to it, but they're tracking. They got headphones and they're listening to it. The backups are tracked, and David Lee Roth is basically just singing to a record for the most part. But the sad part about it is that he's doing all the Van Halen stuff, and
Yeah.
when you start thinking about it, did David Lee Roth even
Man, it's smoke and
music?
mirrors.
Did he even write any music to that band? And
you'd have to go read the tracks and see
And
if it's.
as Van
got
Halen,
him
if you were
credited.
Eddie Van Halen, let's just say you're Eddie Van Halen, and you go on YouTube today to check out, hey, let me see what's local for Van Halen, and that pops up.
Yeah.
Are you going to just come out of your skin? I mean, that's just degrading your music. It's just beating it up. It's bad, So I don't know. I just think it's the money that they're asking, $700 to go watch that, is just ludicrous.
I think if Eddie
That's what I
finds
do.
out, he's going to be rolling over on this couch.
Not as bad.
No.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, in contrast, though, Residencies,
Yep.
Def Leppard, still a solid band, great band.
Yeah.
I saw them in a recent concert in Access. They sound great.
Yeah, they do.
And they have a residency for a few months
Check
in
the
Vegas.
tuning. They're going to be tuned way down.
Oh yeah, they're tuned way down.
Yeah.
yeah.
Joe
But still, to
yeah.
put the music together and just put it out is
And they have a great show.
Great
too.
show.
Great show they put on.
Vivian Campbell, he's the other lead guitarist. and
Yeah.
Who was the other guy? Steve Clark.
Steve Clark died.
He passed, right?
He passed, and then Phil Collin was with them. They had the original guy that split, and then Collin came in, so it was Collin and Steve Clark, and then Steve Clark passed, and then they got Vivian Campbell.
Got it.
Or wait a minute, no, it was a few years. 'cause
Yeah, it was a while.
it was a while because Clark passed away a long time ago.
Yeah.
I think it was alcoholism.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had trouble with the bottle.
Yeah, earlier you were talking about tribute bands compared to cover bands, and how did that whole scenario go down? You were telling me.
I just was reading someplace that somebody's analysis was a tribute band is when you play all one band. So like tonight we're a Montrose tribute band
Got it.
so far. And but if we do,
You didn't have to
more-
pay $700 for that, though, right?
But if you'd like to pay $700, Venmo.
Venmo. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Cheryl. We'll get to that later.
So we
God bless you, Cheryl.
because we cover a lot of different bands, then we're called a cover band.
Yeah.
But we're not. We're an original band that does some covers.
That's right.
So what do you call us, an original band?
I think
Because we could do
I call
an
us-
original set,
I like
right?
to call a soul shaker.
Could we do a 45 original?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, no problem.
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, right on. Well, let's say goodbye to everybody. It's getting close to that time,
Oh,
and we're
you
gonna
know,
play.
I wanted
No,
to
it's
do
not. It's only 10 to 8.
Well, I want you. Go ahead.
each week. I want to.
Are you gonna do that Peanuts thing again? Go
No,
ahead.
no, not the Peanuts thing. But I wanted to. We're talking about musicians like unsung hero type dudes, and I wanted to bring forth some more bass players that don't get a lot of recognition when they talk about
Yeah,
guitars.
go for it.
Or drummers or bass players. Greg Ridgely from Humble Pie. If you listen to Humble Pie stuff, listen to some of the bass lines he's running through a lot of their tunes.
Yeah.
Really, I think it was really
Great band, by the way.
great band. I love the band. Steve Marriott's voice, but Greg Ridgely. Brian Wheat from Tesla doesn't hardly get talked about that much.
Never even heard of the guy. Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Wheat. I mean, nothing. He's no, Jaco Pastorius or Stanley Clark, but just a solid thumper. Laying.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, as a bass player, as a bass player, and you're watching other bass players, what do you like to see in the band? Do you like to just see them be with the drummer, just kind of in a pocket and be done with it?
For whatever the band's doing, I like to see the guy do what's apropos for their sound.
Right.
So if they're a jazz band, then I want to see what he does. Jazz lines and runs and whatever. If they're just a metal band, I want to see, like you said, the pocket. How steady does he keep that pocket with the drummer?
Right. What were we listening to? Where the bass players just all over the place? It was so great.
Tower of Power.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, those guys. I mean,
you guys got to listen to Tower of Power
song,
to get a chance.
Put the song "What Is Hip."
What is hip?
Yeah.
Great song. Yeah. But
Those guys
that's
phenomenal musicians.
Who else do you have? What did you ever think of like what's his name from Iron Maiden, Steve Harris?
Oh, Steve Harris. Yeah, really great bass player.
Yeah.
I mean, he wrote most of the songs. He writes most of the songs for Iron
and
Maiden.
he played the double.
He does the gal
16s or whatever. Yeah.
Triplets or whatever.
Triplets.
Rudy Sarzo.
Sarzo's great.
He's a great bass player, and I think he got kind of mixed up in that Quiet Riot thing, and he kind of filled in. He was a fill-in guy, but in his own right. Also, Bill Church from Montrose.
Yeah.
Bill the Electric Church. He was a really good bass player.
Yeah. Solid guy, just straightforward, right? Not too much bells and whistles.
He played with pick and fingers. There's a great cut of them doing Bad Motor Scooter.
Right.
In a studio somewhere without the effects, nothing. Without the Ronnie just starts the song.
Just raw.
And you can just hear it all. Perfect. Everybody doing their thing, and Church is right. He's playing with the pick, but he's right there thumping him.
Now, do you like playing with a pick or your fingers? What do you prefer?
I can't play with the pick now.
Did you start with a pick?
I started with a pick.
When did you move over to finger?
When we did that gig with the Woodstock, I was playing with a pick. I didn't have any other picks. I dropped my pick, and I freaked out because I didn't know. I was
no kidding.
I was not comfortable playing with my fingers, so I just kind of reached down and grabbed it real quick. But I forced myself to learn to play with my fingers. That I stopped playing with the pick, and now the pick is awkward.
Oh wow!
I mean, I could thump around with it, but it doesn't feel as comfortable as just playing with my fingers now.
Do you always think that there's more presence of the bass with the pick or with the fingers, or it doesn't really matter? It's just how you play, because you have some thunder fingers.
It's just
it's
how hard you hit the strings. You pick, you're going to get that pick sound.
Yeah.
Versus another really great bass player, Scott Smith from the day. Our buddy Scott.
Yes, Scott.
And he was a pick player. I don't know that I ever saw him use his fingers, but he could manipulate that pick. He could be going back and forth. He was really good pick player.
That was the cat that we used to go over to his house, and he'd be doing like the Who, right? He'd do like the whole album. Is that right?
Scott spent a lot of time in his bedroom.
He sure did.
Learning Who songs. So yeah, he was really
Did he ever
versed.
get in a band? Was he ever in a band?
Yeah, he was in a couple of bands. Yeah.
And those guys that play like that are really good there, were they good on stage as he was is there?
Yeah, I saw. Well, Scott, he was in a band called Rocky Watts.
Oh, is that right?
This is going back to early
Doug,
80s.
you all right?
Little back thing. I'm good.
You all right?
Okay. Yeah, he was in a band called Rocky Watts. I remember the guitarist, really great guitarist, local guy, Steve Paulin was his name.
Yeah.
And they did heavy riff rock stuff.
Nice.
And Scott, I saw him play live. He's really good bass
it was
player.
nice talking to you. I never get a chance to just sit there and talk to you. It was good. What happened? We don't even need this guy here. You know?
I'm going to talk to my lawyer after.
You're not getting enough airtime.
No airtime.
He's
Hey,
probably
Cynthia,
watching.
how you doing? Hey, real fast, we want to thank you all again. Always coming on here. Steve Forrester, how you doing?
Stevie.
Yeah, Steve. Monty and I
Permission.
played with Steve back in the early 80s, and it was great to play with Steve. But every week coming to see us, especially last year, we started this whole thing just kind of out of a whim. It's nothing really that serious. We're just doing it to just
keep us
have
off
fun.
the streets.
Keep us off the street tonight. But we want to thank you very much for giving us your time. You don't have to be on here and giving us love. We've had a lot of hits. A lot of people always are, I'll see somebody on the street and they're going, we dig your podcast. And it's just something that this is what we do when we rehearse. It's not, there's nothing different. This is just how we are, period. But thank you again. And I want to thank Cheryl. Cheryl donated. If you guys ever want to donate any money, if you guys want to go to see David Lee Roth and you just heard our rant and you want to give $700, you can always give it to us. We'll put it to good use.
Yeah,
Am I right?
we'll do some really nasty version of a Van Halen song too.
Yeah, we'll play. So you guys, you can go on our Venmo and donate if you want. Cheryl donated. How much did she donate to us?
50 bones.
50 bones, Miss Cheryl. Thank you so much for that. And if you guys want to donate, it's Soul Shaker Garage on Venmo. You can go ahead and donate $1. You could donate 50 cents, whatever you want. It just keeps our the show going because it does cost money, right? Does it cost money?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everything costs money.
And so Saturday night gig, we had Biker Dave Rogers show up.
Yeah,
all the way from Missouri, guys.
Quite a huge surprise.
Don't feel ashamed, but he came all the way from Missouri to see us play Saturday night, folks.
So yeah,
that's great.
So get in the car or take a lift 30 miles next time we play.
This is how we always
Shame.
say. I always say it like
to Jack
this.
in the Box.
Shame.
You don't have to come and see us play, but if you had something going down and you asked me to come, I would be there. That's how that works, right?
That's right.
That's
exactly.
right.
You guys will have another chance to redeem yourself coming up here pretty soon.
Yeah, we're going to be playing with David Lee Roth.
It's
going to
be called the Redeem Tour.
Steve Forrester says, I love watching you guys. Look at that guy.
Steve, do you still got the leg warmers? Stevie, come on. Come back with it.
Wait, I'll put a picture of us up next week.
Oh, yeah.
You got to see Steve. He's beautiful.
Steve was a rocker, man.
Yeah, Steve was a rocker.
Oh, wait a minute. One more bass player.
Oh, go.
One more bass player. Our boy Dan McNay that I'm trying to get on this.
Dan McNay.
He's actually really good. I've watched a lot of his YouTube stuff. He's a great bass player.
That cat, is he playing with the Montrose tribute at the NAMM show?
He's with Jack Russell's Great White.
Oh, so
I got to call him to see if they're gonna, because Jack Russell has medical issues. See if they're gonna go on tour this year because they should be starting up, pretty soon, going on, putting some kind of tour together.
Right.
Because we're trying to get him here so he can come and jam and do some Montrose stuff.
And remember, you guys, again, we can't stress this enough to you. We have a rehearsal space here. You guys can come and rent rehearsal space. You don't have to go anywhere else. Soul Shaker Garage. We have you
can podcast
sound
from here if you'd like to do that.
Yeah, you can podcast. You can do what we're doing on the
nominal
weekends.
Fee.
And you can we have sound. We're PA guys, right? We're sound guys. So if you need sound and you're looking for sound, you're the guys. So just PM Doug. Is that how you say PM it?
Yeah.
That sounds kind of weird. PM it?
Personal message
Personal
me.
message Doug.
Oh, that's what that means.
Yeah, so did I.
Postmodern Doug.
And you guys, we have everything available here at the garage. So you guys can rehearse. If you need sound, you got us. If you need to podcast, you got us. And there you go. So remember that for the New Year's 2020. And record. We got a new board. We're going to do some fun stuff with it coming up soon. And we'll let you know more about that. But we're going to record live. And it's going to be like old school Ted Templeman.
Well, just think Sam Phillips and Elvis.
Yeah.
You guys could be the next Elvis.
That's all we got. So if you guys have a little duo, a little band you want to record, come on down, man. We'll throw it down on you. We love you guys again. And Monty, you're going to sing Badlands. Yes, sir. Okay, because we love you. Clear that throat.
I'm going to help you by clearing my throat for that.
Okay. Once again, you guys, thank you. Say thank you to everybody. Say thank you to everybody.
Thank you, guys. God bless. And we want to thank God for the gift of the gift and the desire and the talent, whatever talent He gave us to do this. We want to thank God.
It's on loan. Thank you very much.
On loan, yes.
You haven't done this in a minute, right? You okay? How's your voice? You ready to rock?
I'll go for it.
All right, Badlands for you guys. Thank you again.
Is that loud enough, Kona?
Just a poor boy scratched my back on a razor's edge. Razor's edge I call my own. Keep my thoughts inside myself down where they're born and bled. Probably by the fire I breathe. Here in my mind, crazy boy, there's a runaway train. No one gonna steal my soul. Good
Soul
match.
Shaker Garage, number 39. Am I right?
Ish.
39-ish.
I don't know. We're losing track.
Are we okay? So it's in the 30s, right? Am I in the?
Yeah,
we're
we're
almost
close
in the
to
40s.
I think it's
40.
39. It's 39.
Is it 39? All right, kids. Thank you again. Remember, you can donate to Venmo, Soul Shaker Garage. You can go on to Facebook and say hello. And we are on YouTube Garage on Facebook. I don't know. Never mind.
Soul Shaker
YouTube.
Garage on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube is what it is. Periscope, we go live. So after this, we'll be live for a week. So if you guys
Which country?
to watch it, but Periscope banned us, I think.
What?
I know. I think they banned us. Anyways, we're going to just keep recording. So if you guys ever want to see a live broadcast and you're on Periscope, go up to music and you'll see Soul Shaker Garage going forever.
Or if you follow us on here, I think we automatically pop up on your phone or device whenever we're playing.
And you remember the gentleman the other day we were jamming and we said, hey, Max, what was his name? Remember the guy on Periscope?
Yeah.
Remember that cat?
Yep.
Germany.
Right on.
That dude, really?
That dude was from Germany.
The Blue Max.
The Blue Max. Right on. Okay,
Very
you
cool.
guys. Love you guys. Carmine Appice. Absolutely, Steve. I appreciate that. We love you guys to death. Remember, we will see you soon next week or the week after. We're trying to maybe do every 2 weeks. You let us know.
What?
Okay. Adios. Hey, Carlos. Thanks for helping us through the Carlos.
Thanks for
Sandoval
helping me,
day.
Carlos.
There we go. Look at this guy. Look at that guy.
Right.
There's something wrong.
Ride
with
him, cowboy.
Woohoo! Okay, adios.
That would have been his John Travolta days.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Antonio Banderas. That
Carlos Travolta.
Look at this guy. All right, adios. We love you guys. Good night. Bye-bye.